What's up, guys? So I am Zachary Schultz, and I am making a YouTube video that I definitely wasn't required to do by my personal branding teacher. Definitely. Okay, on to the video. So I chose to make this YouTube video, and I thought, what's a good topic that I enjoy and I'm passionate about? And right after I had that thought in that big old brain of mine, I said to myself, you know who suck? You know who I really hate but also love at the same time? The Miami Dolphins. I am a huge Dolphins fan. Have been ever since I could watch football, pretty much. Me and my dad has season tickets to the Dolphins games, and I go whenever I possibly can on home games. I have some conflicts, but I'm there at least 5-6 games this season, and I watch every game, and I get mad a lot. I rant about the Dolphins way too much on my Twitter. And that's pretty much it. It was just on my Twitter. And I was like, you know what I need? I need a place where I can rant and people can see my bustles burn. Hey, so this is Zach in post-production. And I have no idea what I was thinking here, because unless I was trying to say a type of framework used to expand the fullness or support of the, it doesn't matter. Point is, that didn't make any sense. Okay, bye. In my brain, because I just do not like this team. I love the Dolphins. I don't. It's a love. I love them, but because I love them and they suck, I hate them. Yeah, this video's going well. I know what you're thinking. Zach, they're 4-4. They're not that bad. You're wrong. They're awful. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't want to make this video too long and even more ranty than it already is. So, I'm just going to talk about two weeks, like the last two. So, we were 4-2. 4-2 before last week started. And this is talking about the week before last week. And you know what we did? We took our little toesies. We went to Baltimore. Not a good team by any stretch. Okay, they're not that bad. They're not good though. They're not good. They're not a good team. And everybody was like, well, maybe like a 50-50 game. Dolphins definitely got a shot. I, of course, think they suck, even though I love them. I keep reiterating that. I think they suck. And guess what they did? They lost 40-0. That is awful. We scored 0 points and gave up 40. Do you know how many possessions that is that the Ravens gave to us to have an attempt to score a point? And we didn't score 1 point? That is awful. And I'm not going to say, like, this was good in that game and this was bad. Everything was bad. There was no good. Our offense was atrocious. And I heard Adam Gase, the coach of the Dolphins, said, and I quote, well, not exactly, but pretty much quote, he said, our defense isn't the problem. I'm going to let that sink into your brain real quick. You're going to tell me, no matter how bad the offense was, no matter how many possessions they gave up, interceptions and bad punts or whatever, you're going to tell me it's a good defensive game if you give up 40 points? I'm pretty dang sure they didn't score them all on field goals that we gave them to the 20-yard line. It was all the offensive fault, because it wasn't the offense's fault. It was the whole team's fault. But I'm going to get out of that game. So obviously it was awful. And back to what Adam Gase said. He said, our defense isn't the problem. Now, you could look at it one way, like, oh, our coach is looking on the positive side. He's going to get our offense together next week. But that's not what I was thinking. I am a stout Dolphins fan. And I was thinking, like, I know the defense is going to suck next week. I was like, well, I was pretty sure the offense was going to suck too because we were atrocious in that Ravens game. But I was like, now the defense is going to really suck, aren't they? Guess what happened next week? We played the Raiders. A team that, yes, is okay, but we should have won. Jay Cutler, the quarterback, threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had a great game. It wasn't flawless. We had a bad fumble. There was some stuff about that game that shouldn't have happened, but by far, our defense played way worse than our offense. Way worse. And I just knew it was going to happen. I just knew the Dolphins were going to find any way, if Gase and the other coaches found a way to fix our quarterback, which, never know, they might have done. They found a way to always lose that game. Just like, we lost Rad one week and like, well, you still have a chance, right? We were 4-3. Like, if you win this game, you're still in the playoff hunt. Like, we're still in the playoff hunt. Like, we have a good chance of winning. But no. Man, that got ranty really fast. At least I warned you. So to wrap up this video, the Dolphins are way worse than their record shows. And if the Dolphins win more than 2 games the rest of this year, I will be severely impressed. And it's going to hurt my heart every week I am watching the game or at the game when the Dolphins just suck. I am expecting so little out of this season. We have not a good quarterback. We have someone that the quarterback doesn't even want to be there. We just traded away a good... I'm not going to get into the Jay Ajayi trade. But if I did, I'd be really mad. I'm not going to get into anything else, but I think I've said enough. But here's what I want you to take away from this video. I'm a very big Dolphins fan. And they suck.